Hello, welcome on in, everybody. Getting yourself started here. Let's see. Okay, how you guys doing? I'm doing all right. Just so far, just waiting on another person. But other than that, welcome on in. We're just so far just larking around, waiting and seeing where everybody is as well. So. Hey, Scrub. Me. 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 Where did you take it? Why did you take this squishmallow? Me. E. Hmm. Hey. Gimme. Gimme. Yeah. Well, just right now, just waiting. Don't know if anybody's actually coming again. He. Notice some of the worlds that I have are gone. I guess some of them are just being discontinued. Hmm. Trying to find something. Hmm. You got anything interesting going? You can see what I'm talking about. Waiting for everybody. Not everybody seems to be ready on time. So, yeah. A little bit waiting on everybody else. Let's see. Well, hmm. Maybe I should just tell a story then. Since I'm not getting very far with. Yeah, I'm not finding anything. Maybe. I'm just right now just doing not too much. I'm just lurking. I'm just waiting for the others to arrive. The moment I'm just yeah, a little grouchy. Hmm. Oh, grouchy. So let's see. Uh, so what kind of things that I should talk about? Probably should start off with that. Hmm. Let's see. Yeah, mine does growl. Usually not a lot of people notice it, but it does. It's only when I don't like the item, which is not very often. Yeah, it's still waiting for the others. Yeah, I wish I was not having to wait for the others. Let's see. Well, let's see. Well, send the invites and we'll see what happens. Right now, I don't know. So we'll see. Hmm. Not much else has been going on. Let's see. Yeah. Did they DM me back? Okay. Hmm. Well, another one's tied up. Matter of fact, I haven't played that game at all. So I really don't know. I don't know. Yeah, right now I'm just looking around. Not much else. Just waiting. I may need to go to a different world probably. If hmm. Nothing. Who was all gonna join you? Well, I had originally 5 people. It's down to one. And the one person is tied up at the moment, so I don't have anybody writing at this moment. So yeah. Yeah, they did that. It's not like this the first time. So it's a matter of when they do get on. Or if they ever end up getting on. So I'm gonna just switch worlds. So yeah, I'm just sitting around lurking. Not much else. I have it openly, so I don't mind. Yeah, it should be upset, but I'm not. Everybody has their own thing, so I can't be upset with them. But I could end up telling you stories of what happened to my work on the type. So I could talk about what I've been dealing with work related, or I could talk about other things. So most cases just could be anything. But most cases I'm just happy that you guys are here. It's just a matter of just waiting and lurking around. So, yeah. We gonna end up talking about when. Yeah. Mm. So, I could tell you some stories about what happened. John, or I could talk about different things. So, depending on. Since you're here, Scrub, why don't you pick? Since I could talk about certain things. Since I don't have anything else right now. A work story. Hmm. Depending on which kind of work story, because I got multiple. Are you talking about a work story that's going upwards or downwards? Hmm. Hmm. They're really difficult. I haven't had too many good ones, as I do have is normal. The one that I have is that I got promoted once, and after 4 months, they demoted me back now. They believed that I was not able to do their job. To find out that the other three people had no idea what they were doing. The one with the least experience ends up having to train them. And I was ordered to make me do it. I didn't do it because I wanted to. I was ordered to because the people above him ordered me that I had to. I didn't have much of a choice. So that's why I'm a little bit angry. And because that I've been doing the same thing, I'm actually better than most other people as in when I do my job. Because I do everything that I could possibly do. Maintain everything safe and controlled. But according to them, I couldn't keep everything safe and controlled. But you could see, I maintain things as best as I can. Now, if I ran into trouble, the other person ends up just making something on the spot. For me, I had to verify and make sure that that's an appropriate choice to do because I do not want to run into more problems. So it does happen before. Let's see. So that's for sure. Let's see. Um, is it catching background? Is it catching background? I'm not sure if you guys are hearing something in the background. Trying to. Is my mic making? Are you catching background? Okay, because I needed to adjust that. There's another conversation over there in the background. My folks are just talking way over there, so I didn't think it was that loud, but I guess my mic was a little too loud that it's picking them up. So, yeah, let me go ahead and bring this down. So, you can see I ended up having to be removed. Of course, it then ended up not being the best what I was having to do. I was not experienced of what the job they made me do, but I had to end up doing it because I didn't have much of a choice. I got turned down for multiple that I could have been promoted. I got denied 12 times. 12 times. All different positions, all different managers, but yet they didn't give me a shot. So that's how main story is that no matter how good you try, sometimes they'll try to mess with you or try to find somebody else to do that's better. So you could see I didn't like it, but I had to deal with it. So you can see. But trying to think. Anything else? My other work kind of type is mainly. Let's see. I just end up just keeping aisles clear, make sure everything looks clean, process items that are disposal. Simple things. But not everybody likes doing them. So simple things can be done. But not as much people want to end up doing them. So I was the one that ended up having to do it. So, and my area was always filled with people just dumping things and then just have me do them at the end of the night. When I'm not there, things piled up. Like my days off, I can't really enjoy because knowing if I didn't clean it up, there's going to be a mess the next day. So when I take my days off, I don't really want to see more than two things, but instead I find more few things. So I do not like it, but it's something I got to deal with. Not everybody. Let's see. DM me back. You'll be surprised at how many people. There's like almost staffing wise, there's like almost close to 18 people morning time, but there's only 5 of us at closing. So you can see the numbers are really morning. A lot of people like to be in. Afternoon, we're stuck having to deal with everybody else's mess. What they don't do during the morning, which is not too much, but we end up losing a lot of time fixing the stuff since nobody wants to end up doing it. So that's what happens, just having to deal with it day by day. But yeah, that's what most cases, just cleaning up after other people mostly, or cleaning up the shelves, then finding claims that way. We used to end up having not to deal with that because we always have like maintenance and things, but most maintenance people are so old they barely get to the location. A youngster could end up just being quick enough that they're just walking. The person that's walking slowly is just walking so slowly. By the time you get to the spot, you're right off cleaning up yourself sometimes. And they don't like using the machines that are required to use. They want to use the old equipment, the ones that you use for, cleaning up. So, what can you do? An old person versus a new person. So, it just depends. Let's see. What else should I talk about? Hmm. Let's see. Trying to think. I don't have very much of IRL stuff to end up talking about. I don't have too many of those at all. Matter of fact, I haven't had one for quite a bit. So it's relatively like old because I haven't really spent as much out. Most of my time, it's it's late. My day starts after it. So when I start my day, usually either 3 to 4 or pretty much 7 to 8 o'clock. Just sleeping through. Passing through the day, nothing much else going on. So it's relatively hard to end up doing stuff when everything's already been getting ready to close or they are going to be closing. So my no problems, go. I'm just here, just talking away. I'm in very much in, so don't have much going on. Trying to think. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. Trying to think. Yeah, I would say that most of my stuff is mostly dull, boring. I don't have as many exciting as my job does, so I'm relatively just as simple as is. So, yeah, not as many stuff than I expected, but so let's see. Let's go through games like, let's see. I know there's some games that I know that were came out, as well as some games that's been updated. When I came through, I mostly ended up playing through the original console myself, like on the Xbox side. Played all those old games, Halo 2, the Halo games themselves from Microsoft. But ever since that, things like strategy and other things started catching my drift. Started strategizing, thinking things how to do things, try to beat them. Like my F1 manager, I went beyond. Like, if you've seen some of my vlogs in the past, and putting a downgraded team, put them into the top of the podium. Season 1 almost so hard to do. The teammates keep crashing themselves out, causing the in-game currency to keep hurting. A front wing, oh, you got to get that repaired. You can't go without that one. How could you get a front wing for that vehicle? Or doing like a strategy for like a mages kind of type, like the alchemy that I played a few times. Trying to strategize, figuring out what to do. Subtypes makes these interesting. But that's the thing. I have like a whole bunch of games, but the games that I see, they're starting to lose their taste on certain ones. They're missing their little comfort or the nice things that we all enjoy. Most of them, I don't have the feeling for some of them. Some of them are very much hesitant to get or try to get. Like, for example, I am not seeing myself playing poppy kind of game. It's almost to when I play Phasmas, but completely different. For me, I can't see myself playing that. Even if it was free, I would not play it. Nothing that I end up wanting to. So, obviously, there's not much else that I could think of. So,
Hello.
come here.
Why so short?
No, you made yourself scrummy.
Hmm?
You made yourself small.
Yeah, I'm trying to make myself bigger. Not too big. There you go.
Yeah. My stick drift still happens, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking not
Yep.
much else to.
I have very limited range of motion because of this damn table. Just like a few feet, and bam, my head's going into it.
Yeah, pretty much wing length around the whole entire area. I just have my desk in front.
Let's see. It's maybe like a foot right here, then a foot right here. So I got a wall, table.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was talking about my work related kind of stuff. So, yeah, I was talking about that. So,
Yeah.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but according to them, business is business for them. So, they had to end up doing what they had to
Yeah,
do.
it's stupid.
It is. The one with the least experience is the one that's having to train them.
Yeah.
But they have people that are called sponsors. Sponsors are supposed to be able to train people, fully qualify them, right? You're supposed to know. Well, where my company is, sponsors supposed to know inside and out. Which I
Yeah.
am sponsor. I've been a sponsor for so long, but I haven't been a manager for that long. So, for about manager for only 4 months, but been a sponsor for almost close to like 6 years.
Oh wow.
Rejected 12 times from getting promotion.
Damn.
Yeah, you could see why I'm like a little bit sourpuss of why I don't want
Yeah.
it. But had to. But so let's see. Next I was just discussing games, like because I don't have too many IRL stories really that are just outside work. So if it's not if I was having to give a story to IRL, I would not be able to give any. Very much really. I would be stuck like questioning what did I actually did. So yeah.
You still got someone gonna join you, or?
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. They said they are taking a while. So
Alright.
I don't know if they are or not because I already had like 5 people already said they were coming in and then they just decided to end up backing out 4 of them. So yeah.
shoot.
Hmm. So yeah, my kind of game selection is mainly strategizing, simulated, RPG. I want to say military, but not all of my games are military type, so I can't really say that part. So I think my biggest game is the F1 Managers by self. Eh, because zero guys. But yeah, mostly it's F1 Managers that I do. I started slowing down with that one. A lot of people not seem to be as interested into that kind. Then we have these other games that are like let's see. Mm, like these simulated games like some simulators. So yep, stick drift. Mine is stick drifting me back. But so far I want to end up playing some other ones, but there's nothing very much right now other than doing what I do, like games I played before. Play fast most cases, but I don't end up playing as much as I should be. But I have been able to figure it out without having to spend as much time to do it. I could end up doing a no evidence run, but I'm not that kind of challenge that kind of way. Then I try like simulate games like newspapers, other simulated games. It's relatively decent, but it's not as many people like. So I don't have too much of a solid game that I like to have anybody in my stream people like to do on mine. So there's no like right or wrong so far because my numbers as well as the other things have been saying average as is. There's not one to end up seeing like, oh, this one's your base and this is what a lot of people like. There's not one of those. Let's see. I can end up figuring out which kind yet. Let's see. I'll put this thing down. And something on my desk that I didn't want on my desk. Right, throwing it out on the side. But yeah, I've been playing like some other games like Ready or Not itself or Mind Over Magic itself, Emergency Self, Tower. Those are simple games to play, but when nobody's very much interested, it relatively is hard to end up having people that enjoys it. You make the list goes on like Armello, Baldur's Gate. Certain games I try to end up incorporate it to it, but not as many people are interested. Try to, but not everybody can do it, or they don't like it. Like for example, It is. Our mellow is so good. But so far, not a lot of people want to play it. I tried getting a group together to play Armello. And how you doing, Truce? I like Armello itself. That's how I made my own server round. I do too. Do you have them all level 10s? Oh, you're just cuddling up in bed. Oh, you didn't get all 10? I already did. I already got 2 out of the 3. Reason why they made it difficult that instead of your experience level, if you play by yourself, they reduce the experience points from what it was before 175 to only 75. So they basically cut your points without having another player with you. The more players you have, the more XP it gives you. You just cuddling in bed. Hmm. But yeah, I try to get as much, but they started dropping the XP, so I sort of lose my interest. That they're making that it's harder for me to end up getting most of my games. I had to do it 3 times, and it's a turn based, constantly taking more time. And if you are with the other players, it will be not as bad. But it does take time. Not everybody has good connections, or your friends are not ready to go. So, so it's harder to end up
I
having.
swear if it crashes. My headset is getting progressively more worse with age.
Not gonna argue about that. Most headsets are.
Yeah, I need a new one.
Mm-hmm. But how did your day, answer Truce? Oh, hopefully it wasn't that bad for you. The moment is just story time, really, since there's not as many people on usually, so it's relatively just a quiet timing. So, but yeah, I would end up trying to play other games if possible, but most of mine gets a hit when I'm collabing or I'm with other streamers in the same game. Is when most of my games be more effective. Even though it's like one of the worst hitting games, it still is a positive on mine. But when I'm doing it alone, it's not getting the same feedback. See, Drew says after work, yeah, play. Ah, you wore yourself out, Drew. That's overworking yourself. So you do need a nice strong rest. Gotcha. But yeah, you're gonna end up listening to story time as is. It's just mostly, like I said, what games to play. If I had to choose the next set of games, who knows? It's very difficult to find which one I like to end up playing. And if you ask me what's your one favorite, I can't say because I don't play one by itself. I just play whatever I get. So it's relatively hard to find one that I really want. So my library is so big, but yet most of the games I play are either a one-off or I play in a series. There's been a few that I actually played through the series, and like for example, I went and played Boulder Gates 3, but I didn't finish. I restarted it 6 times because the groups that I keep playing with keep either backing out or they're unable to continue. And the one that's by myself is not very skilled, where my other characters that the other people did for me are much more skilled and proficient, but they're not very well equipped. So, yeah, it's relatively hard to find there. I really don't have that one specific that I gotta stay with. It's mostly variety. That's why I'm a variety streamer. So I don't have one that's just for me. Just depending on what kind of games I end up choosing dictates what we're gonna have, but yeah, like I just seen right in front of me, online friends going to the game itself that we're just discussing. You do variety games that are well, fighter games are not anything wrong with them. It's just that that's what your genre or your grouping mostly sees you in. So for you, it's a lot more easier that you could choose almost any kind of game that's part of that genre or any kind of fighting games, and you could easily just get yourself going. For me, it's relatively hard to find one. So far, if I had a choice, I don't know. But let's see, it's relatively just a matter of figuring out what's for me. For me, well, for your case, pretty much you do fighting games. Most fighting games you would end up being able to do. For me, I try to put some games in, but not a lot of people chat, or I end up getting blank games that nobody's really interested. Unless if it's the latest and greatest, nobody's interested in. When I first got one of the games that's the latest, everybody was wanting to see how it was. Now, one game that I ended up playing that everybody ended up start playing was Palette World. I ended up getting it before. So, on day one when it came out, okay, scrub. Day one, I tried to play it, and then day two, then it became empty chats after day three. So, it's relatively difficult to find something that's just for me. My history of my games are mostly simulated. Now, if I had games that I would like to end up trying or things that I want to end up enjoying, I just want to end up having one, but it's hard to end up doing one when nobody ends up chatting or end up giving you feedback. That's the problem in most cases that I'm dealing with. When you don't get feedback, don't get any information, and you sometimes get an empty chat, it's very difficult to find anything. So it's relatively hard to end up choosing one that's just for me. So that's why I have so many of my games lined up. So Truth says you have an addiction to wood, rogue, dungeon, fighters industry. Well, if you actually see my library, you'll see that I'm a little bit over the top. Let me see here. Oh, I think I messed it up. But yeah, I have over a ton of games, more than 500, closer to 1,000, with over 813 DLCs. So with that many, I still don't have one just for me. If I had one, I would, but let's see. Oh, you made the spear for the warrior? Are you tempting me? Hmm. I may try it. Maybe. Hmm. It's a thought. So, also hammer. We'll see. So far, I'll try it when I can. So, just like I said, it's relatively just a matter of just finding the game for me. When I first started games here, my very first stream was a ghost game, Phasmophobia. When I got affiliated, I was actually doing a animal hospital itself or a animal shelter when I got affiliated. I ended up finding out yeah, Phasmophobia was one of my games that I played as my first stream. I was doing for both uh, for Twitch as well as YouTube. I sort of stopped on YouTube. At the timing, it was relatively new, the software for streaming. By the time that I'm already set up on YouTube, it took me 15 minutes past the timing where Twitch I could be up and rolling and ready to go with no time at all. But I would end up doing more Phasmos if I actually end up having a team together. Sometimes a lot more people are better together than individually. I have did it when I was individually. I was using the old gear where the thermometer was still the yellow one that you have your speeds, you had your sound sensor, your old sensors in the game itself. I remember those old ones. So you have like the old truck with the gear on one side, not hanging on a wall, sitting on the bottom. The old gear. The asylum, the old hospital asylum. As well as certain maps are definitely been gone. So definitely. But I'm pretty much open to play those kinds of games, like I said. I just need to know when they're available or when the person is available to play certain games. That's what ends up happening in most cases. A lot of people are not telling me anything, and by the time they tell me, it's already past or it's already timing. By that time, it's like, come on. You had all day. You could have said you're not. You could have planned with somebody else ahead of time. So that's what ends up hurting most cases. So if you like Masma's Truce, why not join me sometimes? So it will end up being fun. What rank are you actually? What what was your number before they did the big wipe that one time? Mine was over 1,000. I think 1,130, I think, or something. I had to double check because it has a little plaque on the wall showing your level as you rank. So if I ended up, oh, you lost your data, but have you ended up starting a new game? Have you played it recently? Have you tried the new map that they played? We tried it once. Aw, I can play with you. I have all the gear and stuff. So far, my stuff's good to go. But the thing is, I have not leveled up my character to rank 2 since the wipe. So I'm still where I left off when they did the wipe. Instead of starting off at rank 0, they gave everybody rank 1 and worked their way. A lot of people that I know of, they already went to level 10 or X. And I'm still at level 1. You played Demonologist? I do have that. But not as many people like to play it. A lot of people, they don't like to play it because it's not is to their normal. They're not used to it. So a lot of people say, I'm not interested, I'm out. So I end up having not as many people playing that game. So I would like to play certain games, but like I said, nobody open their mouth and say things. Level that high. Well, I don't know what my level is. I haven't played it for a long time. So it's relatively a long time since I played that. Because I think the last thing was that I think they just only added map 1. I think they only had like 2 maps when I last played it. So you could tell I have not played it for a long time or recently. Because it was still under production when it only had the first house and the hospital. So I haven't played it very much since. So even you have known that those 2 has been in there for a while and not played the other maps is definitely something. Are you good now?
Yeah, it hasn't crashed yet.
Don't
I
curse
cleared
yourself.
the downloadable content cache. I had over 4 gigabytes of downloaded stuff, like worlds and everything.
That badly.
So I cleared it all. Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, mine did the same
Seems to have
thing.
fixed it.
Yeah, I ended up clearing my cache when I loaded in because all my recent worlds are gone.
Hmm.
But the system did it, not me. Ugh.
Yeah, it does clear your recent worlds.
Mm-hmm. As soon as I
Yeah.
plugged in my headset, it automatically cleared my data.
That's weird.
Yeah. So, sure as you haven't been playing for quite a while then. For me, like I said, it's very difficult to get anybody in. Eh.
Look at this cutie.
Oh. 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 Eh.
So cute. Adorable.
Oh.
Look at him, sticking his tongue out.
Oh.
Signs of cuteness. He got the tongue sticking out, making cute noises.
Oh.
Look at him.
Oh.
And that's how you identify a cutie.
Oh. Bruce agrees with you. Hmm. I don't think anybody has even come at all. I think everybody backed down again. I'm just getting that each time. Oh. 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 Yeah, and I don't spend as much as I usually try to. Try to end up being on, but when you could see that people that says they're supposed to be here and they don't appear, it does take a little bit of yeah, trying to type to somebody. They just told me that they backed out. They said it taking more longer than expected. So now I had 5 people playing, all 5 of them gone. So let's see. Gotta readjust my stuff. Adjust my stuff. Out of a line. But yeah. That's why I sort of hesitant to do these things. Because like I said, people plan and they don't show up. So it's relatively hard to end up saying. So I'm
Am
trying
I
to see it.
black?
Eh? Well, you are red and black dragon.
It might be the world making it a little bit darker, but it seems like I'm just unusually dark.
Yeah, because this world is not bright.
That's true.
But yeah, Truce. It depends on if you end up wanting to end up doing something, just let me know. I know our time schedule's not the same, but anything to be able to be ahead does help. Because you can see, try to plan out. May not work, but it gives me an idea. I like being ahead. Or try to figure out. Hmm. What else? Must have been going over all my stuff. Let's see. Trying to think. What else do I have? Hmm. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. Get my Joy-Cons to work. But let's see. What game should we talk about? Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. What kind of games would you play?
I found a racing game yesterday. It looked pretty cool.
Hmm. Do you tell? Or you haven't started playing it yet?
It's on VRC.
Hmm. Let's see. So,
Oh my
Truce,
gosh.
have you ever heard of a ghost exorcism itself? Because that's one of them that I played as well. It's almost like what we were doing in Demonologist, but this came out before Demonologist. He's been called Ghost Hunter Corp. But then they ended up got an infringement and had to be ordered to switch their names. So just ahead. Just a little bit. So let's see. Have you tried the strategy game itself of the what I played? Yeah. Okay. Dad. Oh. Mm. Okay. Mm. 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 See my. It's been a while, and dude, it's been how you been? Hmm. 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 Well, same here. Things were going decently, then they just tossed me right back where I was. And things have been steadily, but not the right direction I wanted to do. So I'm basically back where I was before, so it was relatively no change. Hmm. 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 Me. Hmm. Yeah, not much else, just other than just discussing certain games and things been going on. So that's what we've been discussing all this time. So okay. Poop you. Hmm. Yep. Mm. Let's see. What else? Hmm. Yeah. I'm not usually on these kinds of like VR chat. It's relatively hard for me to stay on it because everybody just backs out. Like I had a lot of people backed out. Out of the 5 people, all of them backed out. So I don't see myself on as often as I want to, but I try to. But when nobody's around, usually I end up trying to be with somebody else. Okay. Aww. Pet, pet. Hmm. 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 Eh. Hmm. 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 Yep. Ugh. Hmm. But yeah, seeing me in VR chat is relatively, like I said, not as much as I want to. I want to be on, but not as much as I want to. Hmm. Let's see. Let's see. Hmm. Yeah, trying to see. Don't see as much people on as I. Most of them they're in orange or they're in red, and all of them saying that they're all sleeping or doing nothing else except for scrub right here.
Huh? I'm about to fall asleep.
Hmm. Yeah, I was just saying that pretty much everybody around is so far orange or red, and they say they have a sleep. And you're the only one on my list that's a green. Everybody else is nowhere else.
Uh, yeah. Most of the people here have orange. Only one I have that aren't on orange is that dog Coda and dogs.
I don't see them, so I guess I don't have as many as I expected. So
I only have like 70 friends added. It's not too many. 53. So 60. 65.
well, I got only about like 15 total people that I have.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
when you say your list was small, who really has a small list? Yeah, not as much. So, yeah, I really don't have as many people. So, yeah, that's what I have when I look at friends. Scroll down. I have 0 offline, 0 from other platforms, but only I think 4 ones that are on the list right now. So,
I have 52 offline.
talk about he
Let's see
has
if
so
there's any
many.
that haven't been on.
You can see he has
There's
more than
someone who
I.
hasn't been on in over 2 years.
Oof.
9 months, 6 months, 1 year, few months. Jeez. Yeah, I need to clean it up a bit.
I don't think I need to clean up mine. Mine's too few.
I don't know who this is. Unfriend that.
Yep. Oh, here he is. Bah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah.
Bop, bop, bop.
Yep. Not much else. And, yeah, we were just talking and chatting here. Not much else going on. Because,
I gotcha.
like I said, everybody backed out at the last moment. So at least they gave me a heads up. Where the last one didn't decide to tell me until later. So, does happen. My mic's quiet? Again? I thought my. I didn't think my mic was that low. It's that quiet? Mine is at negative 2.1. That's quite close to the high range. Or in this case. Hmm. Who's the emote? I think they're asking who you are. Mm-hmm.
What, who I am, or...
Yeah. They said, who's
Oh.
the emo behind the background? And so far, the camera was facing you.
Oh, yeah. I'm a Dirg, of course. Most people either know me as either Wolf Dog or Zelrus, one of the two. Because the Wolf Dog name was actually because I actually had a wolf persona back
Let me see.
in 2000s, and then I've had that persona for years. And I thought I'd just change it up a bit, and now I'm a dragon, and that's where the name Zelrus comes into play.
You look like you could cast a spell. Like a wizard.
You know, one of the things that I probably should do is have like one of those, like maybe have like a staff or something, and make it and pretend like pretend like I'm doing like a spell on somebody or something.
Or a
I
wand.
should.
Oh,
That
there is a something on. There is one on forms that actually have it, and I actually have the magic version of it that I could put on avatars. On Gumroad, I actually have a copy.
That's cool.
Maybe you need it more than I do.
I don't know the first thing it comes to making avatars.
Put yourself over here, Scrum. Get over here on this other side and tell yours.
Tell my what?
Further back here should be. So you could tell yours since you're right there.
Hey. Short.
Short.
You're still taller than I am. 1.8 meters.
Whoever made my heavy, making it this. So yeah.
Accurate to IRO height.
Nope. You know what gang's the polar bear? I don't see that. Hmm. 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 So what about your story on yours?
On this avatar, Inky. gave it to me. He got it, I guess, from a world or someone else.
But
And
is
I've
it
been
close to
using
you?
it ever since. It's got some cool stuff. I don't have a persona or anything like that.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Still under development, this one.
Still kind of thinking on species and maybe thinking a husky and fox mix.
That'll be something.
Yeah.
Maybe you should try it.
Yeah. I looked up persona quiz to see what species would like suit me, so I took like a little quiz and it said a fosky or a fox and a husky.
Hmm. Eh? Oh. They do as they want to. So. Hmm. Hmm.
So cute.
Hmm.
Do, 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 do.
Yeah. All of us are just right here. Just what happened? What happened to the Aussie eBay version? No idea. Hmm. The boop me each time. Well, you're trying to get my attention. What happened to the weasel of the Oz Easy Bay version? I don't know. Why do you look? Yes, when somebody booped you, usually you get booped in the nose. But yeah. Can I join? If you want to, where as long as you're not being annoying. So far, I do have the world open itself, so. Let's see here. Oh, you mean the call itself? Oh, are you trying to talk about Discord call? Well, right now I'm currently not on my Discord. I'm currently in VR chat, so even if you do call, I'm not picking up until my stream is done. So during my stream, I try to keep conversations and things sort of people's privacy. I don't want to end up letting out a conversation or letting people end up saying things they don't want to say out loud. Add you back for what? What did you end up doing? Did you end up doing something? Did you leave the server? Oh, are you trying to doing a chat right now? This is not. Hmm. Yes, it shows that I'm available, but doesn't mean that I'm actually available to chat. I have a green means that I'm on. I could easily put that as a red and be ignoring everybody, but I would like to know when people are actually going to end up letting me know certain things. So, oh, you're trying to add as a friend? I try not adding people as a friend itself, unless if I end up knowing them or there's a reason that I had to add them. Hmm. Yeah, I don't try to. Hmm. Why do you have to do it? I'm not trying to be mean or anything. I try not to add people unless I absolutely have to. If you know the history of what happened to me, then you probably end up knowing. Because a while back, I added people that started adding me, then all of a sudden, I ended up getting scammed by them. So, after scam and lost so much in financial way, I stop adding people right off, unless if I know them, one way or another. It's not by that. Age doesn't mean one thing or another. It's just how I have myself rolling. I use the server as myself. I don't have as many people as you think, and I try to keep myself to what I have. It's not because of scam, it's also privacy of people just coming in whenever they want to or bugging. I try to end up not being too much into one person. Anybody can end up. What do you say? Would you end up
Yeah,
accepting every single friend request you get?
I wouldn't accept every single friend request I get.
You too?
Because I've lost an account to someone who got their account lost because they added too many people, I bet.
But
And
yeah.
also, I was under the influence of something, so that's my fault.
But yeah, I try not to end up batting people right off. It doesn't matter what age or what they are. That's what it got me in trouble, and I'm very hesitant when I add people. So, unless if I add you personally, it has to be on my end. I blocked all people from sending me things like that. Hmm. Hmm. I know you're angry of wanting to add me, but I don't. Hmm. It's not because of you. It's because of what happened to me. So pretty much most cases, I would just be chatting inside the VC itself. And I know there's a VC for the ones that are under. I know it's not the best to end up having an underage VC for it, but it's for safety as well as I don't end up. If you actually saw my list, I actually have less than you think. I have less than 30 people on Discord. Yes, a young pup. Young pup just means that you're underage. That means that you're not the legal age, and certain parts inside the server has one in particular that's locked up. No one's here because I don't have very many young ones inside my server. That's why I said when you first joined in, I didn't have very many people that are in the young age. A lot of them are in the older age. That's the reason why I'm saying not a lot of people. That's why I said you could come and go, but I don't have a lot of youngsters. Like you see, you can see there's not very many in that server with that tag. That's not for me to end up doing. It depends on the people themselves. I have no control over what comes in and out. So if they decide to come in, that's their decision. If they want to end up not coming in, that's their decision. I'm not going to rope everybody in. It's their decision. They're free to do as they want to. If I end up getting a ton of them all of a sudden, that's why I don't have very much in that server for youngsters. Hmm. So, yeah. It's not by what I have. I know. But that's what I mean. When you ask that question, do I have any part in the server? It's not because I don't have exactly anybody at this time or have a lot of people in the server for that. You're one of the few actually I have. I really don't have very many people in there. Well, it's just that one of the sensor on the arm just went off when I'm not using it. That's why I'm trying to move it. If I don't, it disconnects itself. So that's why I don't end up adding people myself, and I just use the server itself as my communication. And that's also another reason. What VR you got? I got the Quest 2 for me. Yours? The person that's asking what kind of VR you got.
Quest 2.
So pretty much, let's do for all, pretty much around us. So
Ever since it came out, I've had this when they first released.
But yeah, I try to end up doing, but I'm such a small community. I'm not a big time. I try my best, but I can't end up doing everything myself. So far, and that's where a lot of these groups together are not controlled by me. A lot of them are just controlled. So you can see I'm not as big time like with other people. So you can see I'm just a small common up here, just trying to let people see as I go. I'm trying to learn as I go, but I'm not the best, but I'm just learning here. I'm not trying to. So, what do you expect? So, let's see here. Oh, yeah, but for you, you gotta end up knowing that I can't end up doing certain things. Like a community night. I don't have enough to end up starting community night. Movie night. I don't have a lot of people. I'm not as big, so I don't expect too much from me. I'm trying to, but I try my best, but I don't have the people or the things to do it. So you can see, I try what I have, what people I have, what gear I have. Pretty much dealing with what I have as my gear, and the people that I have around me is all I have around. So I don't even have as many as you think. So, like I said, I don't have as many people in my network. Try to network a lot, but there's not as many networking people that I have. Hmm. So let's see. Hmm. Trying to think. Hmm. Good thing disconnecting you. Oh.
No, I'm just laying down. Also, if you hear something growling, that's my stomach.
Yeah. But I do try to end up doing what I can.
Another cool feature of this avatar.
What?
It should work. Fuzzy colors. What kind of coloration is this one for? Yeah. He came back as he was doing something weird.
I'm doing what weird now?
You can see he sort of put us in a distortion until he got himself disconnected.
Oops. Uh-oh.
Yeah, did you see how it was different colors? And soon as he get disconnected, the
Yeah.
distortion went away. Hmm.
Oh my goodness.
What?
I don't know. It's just been a long day in general, I guess. But yeah, you know how that is.
Yeah, a lot of us just have that kind.
Remind me not to turn the hypno eyes back on.
Why? Is it disconnected?
It was a little too much for my game and it crashed. I think the boop overdid it. I booped you and it crashed. I need to clear all the caches. I only cleared the downloadable content. How do you spell cache? C-A-H-C-E? How do you spell it? Oh. Cache. Oh, C-A-C-H-E. That's how you spell it.
But yeah, there's somebody that was in chat that was trying to say to add them, try to chat with them, but
Yeah, I seen that. It was weird. I mean, yeah, just a kid wanting to be added by a streamer.
yeah, it's just so far. Like I said, even you would have to agree, right? You would restrict yourself not to end up adding people unless you know them for a reason. Ah, my thing just keeps disconnecting. My Joy Cons need to stop disconnecting. They always got to be running or something.
Yeah. I only have like 20 people, maybe more, on my temporary account. On my main account, I probably have more than like 40, but that's only because I know like a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not seeing too many people. Let's see.
Ooh, my stomach just growled again.
Let's see. Hmm. Yeah, trying to see what's going on. I'm not seeing too much going on. I went to take a look and I'm not seeing
Oh
too
my
many people.
god.
What?
My stomach only. It was so loud.
Hmm. Definitely quite early for me to cut off. But I'm not seeing too many on here.
Yeah.
So I'm
Pretty much
thinking,
everyone is either streaming, because, yeah, Coda streaming right now, doing his community night. And then everyone else is just orange for me.
yeah. Yeah, not as much as I was expecting. If the 5 people would have came in, it would have made things a little bit interesting.
Yeah.
But when people just cancels out, makes things a little bit hard.
Well, I'm always happy to join you.
Thanks. Let's see. We might as well just send this to him since he's doing what I'm doing. So, well, guess we're gonna go ahead and just call it ends, guys. So, with that in mind, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.